Hello, my dear students. I welcome you once again to this current lecture. In the last lecture, we completed the important point from the chapter that is called as the different type of the conformations possible for the N-butane molecule. Now, in that lecture, we studied the different number of conformations for this N-butane molecule and their respective stability on the basis of the potential energy. Now, in the current lecture, we are going to take the next point from the chapter that is called as the calculations of relative potential energies of the conformations. As far as the any conformation of a molecule is considered, it has a fixed magnitude of the potential energy, and that potential energy is responsible for its stability, or we may comment upon the stability of a given conformations in terms of its potential energy. We know very well that the eclipse conformation is unstable as compared to the staggered conformation due to the high content of the potential energy. So, we are interested to know how to calculate this potential energy for the given conformations, and for this purpose in the current lecture we are going to study the calculations of this particular potential energy for any conformations of a molecule. Before considering the different examples of these calculations of potential energy, first of all we are going to study what are the different type of the interactions present in a conformations and what is the magnitude of that particular interactions. So for this purpose we are going to study this particular tabular data. So in this table we have to study the two different parameters. The first is called as interactions present in a conformation, and second thing is that what is the respective relative energy in a unit of kilocalorie for the particular interactions. Now as far as the interactions of a particular conformation is considered, it has the different type of the interactions depending upon what is the dihedral angle present between the various types of the atoms or groups or substituents. So depending upon these are the some important interactions present in a conformation of a molecule. So first important interactions present in a conformation is called as hydrogen Gauge interactions. If a dihedral angle is equal to 60 degree, at that time if the two hydrogen atoms are present on front carbon and rear carbon, then that interaction is a hydrogen Gauge interactions. At that time the magnitude of relative potential energy or relative energy we have to take is equal to 0. It has the 0 relative energy when two hydrogen atoms are in a Gauge position, or when dihedral angle is equal to 60 degree, we have to take the relative energy equal to 0. The second important interaction is that if one methyl group is there and one proton is there, if a Gauge interaction is present between methyl and the hydrogen atom, at that time the relative energy we have to take again equal to 0. We don't take any type of the energy when methyl and proton is at the Gauge position. The third important interaction is that when two methyl groups are there and if these two methyl groups are present with a dihedral angle is equal to 60 degree, then that interaction is a Gauge interactions, and at that time we have to take the relative energy value or magnitude equal to 0.8 to 0.9. So we have to take the resultant relative energy when two methyl groups are present at the Gauge, or they show the Gauge interactions. The next important interaction is when two hydrogen atoms are present at the eclipse, or when these two hydrogens are at a eclipse position, then what happens? At that time we have to take the relative energy magnitude is equal to 1 kilocalorie. For each interaction of eclipse hydrogen we have to take the 1 kilocalorie as a relative energy. The next important interaction is methyl and hydrogen eclipsing. If one methyl group is there and one hydrogen is there, if they are present in a eclipse position, so at that time we have to take the relative energy is equal to 1.3 kilocalorie. And at the last, if two methyl groups are there and if they are present at the eclipse position, at that time we have to take the relative magnitude of the energy, that is equal to 2.1 to the equal to 4. 2.1 to 4. So these are the different type of interactions and their relative energy for calculating the overall energy or the total energy of any conformation of a given molecule. So it is possible for us with the help of this particular tabular data to calculate the total energy of the conformations in terms of or in the unit of kilocalorie. So by using this particular tabular data, now we are going to solve some we are going to calculate the energy of some conformations of some molecules. First of all, we are considering the first important molecule, that is the ethane molecule. This ethane molecule we already studied in a last lecture how to represent this ethane molecule in a different conformations depending upon the dihedral angle. So we studied that in a last lecture. Now from this ethane molecule or for this ethane, the two type of the important conformations are there. The first important conformation is a staggered conformation, and the next important conformation is called as the eclipse conformation. So these are the two important conformations for this particular for this ethane molecule. So we are interested now to calculate the total energy for this staggered conformation as well as for this eclipse conformation. So first of all, if we look toward this type of the staggered conformation of a ethane molecule, if we compare the relative dihedral angle present between these two hydrogen atoms on a front carbon and on a rear carbon. We know very well that this front carbon can be represented by the circle point and this back sphere represent the rear carbon. So these two hydrogens are present on a front carbon and rear carbon. The dihedral angle is equal to 60 degree. So we can say that the interaction present between these hydrogen and this hydrogen is a Gauge interaction. This HH interactions or hydrogen Gauge interaction is present between the two hydrogen atoms, one on a front carbon and second on a rear carbon. And if we look towards now this tabular data, if hydrogen Gauge interaction is there, the relative energy is taken is equal to 0. So we can say that the hydrogen Gauge interactions is there, hydrogen Gauge interactions is there, that is equal to, we have to take the magnitude for hydrogen Gauge interactions is equal to 0. Now in these conformations, how many type of the hydrogen Gauge interactions is present? This is the first interaction, this second, and this is the third. But the magnitude for each Gauge interactions is equal to 0, and that's why the total energy for these conformations, the total energy for this particular conformation is equal to 0. The total energy for this conformation is comes out to be equal to 0. And why this is so? Because for each hydrogen Gauge interactions, the relative energy is equal to 0. That's why the total energy for this staggered conformation for this ethane molecule is equal to 0. So we can say that this staggered conformation is a highly stable due to its 0 energy content. It is a very stable conformation of a ethane molecule. On the other hand, we are now interested to calculate the energy for eclipse conformation. Now, if we look towards the structure for this eclipse conformation, what happens? In this case, the two hydrogen atoms are very close to each other. That's why it is called as eclipse conformation. And we know very well that if the hydrogen eclipse interactions is there, if hydrogen eclipse interactions is there, we have to take the relative energy is equal to 1 kilocalorie. It has the magnitude of 1 kilocalorie. Now how many HH eclipse interactions is there? This is the first, this is the second, and this is the third. So 3 hydrogen eclipse interactions are present in this eclipse conformation of ethane molecule. For each hydrogen eclipse interactions, we have to take the value of energy equal to 1 kilocalorie. That's how we can say that the interactions present in this case, hydrogen eclipsing, this hydrogen eclipsing interactions is present. Then how many HH eclipsing interactions is there? 3 interactions. So for each interactions, we have to take the value of energy 1 kilocalorie. It is again 1 kilocalorie, and again it is a 1 kilocalorie. So if we add now these are 3 HH eclipsing interactions, then we can say that these are 3 HH eclipsing interactions contributes the energy equal to 3 kilocalorie. this HH interactions contributes the 3 kilocalorie energy, and that's why you can say that the total energy of these eclipse conformations of ethane molecule is equal to 3 kilocalorie, is equal to the 3 kilocalorie. So if we compare the staggered and eclipse conformation, staggered conformation has the energy equal to 0, while eclipse conformation has the energy equal to 3 kilocalorie, and that's why this eclipse conformation is highly unstable as compared to the staggered conformation. So these are the two energy calculations examples for ethane molecule, one for its staggered conformation and second is for its eclipse conformation. Now we have to take now the second type of the molecules. We take here a second type of molecule now. The second important molecules we have to take here now, butane. For this butane molecule, we have to calculate now its energy. It is a N-butane molecule. N-butane molecule. So for this N-butane molecule, now we have to again calculate this type of the energy. So we can show this N-butane molecule in a two different forms or two different conformations we have to consider here. So first conformation, again we consider here the first important conformation. We consider here its staggered conformation. We know very well how to represent this N-butane molecule in its staggered conformation or in a anti-conformation. So if it is a conformation of N-butane in which the two methyl groups present on this carbon number, this is a front carbon, that is a carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. If these two methyl groups are present on a anti position, then this conformation is a anti-conformation, or it may be called as the staggered conformation. So for this conformation, we are interested to calculate its energy, and the second conformation we have to consider here for this ethane molecule, for this butane molecule. We have to consider its second conformation in which the front carbon remain as it is. We rotate here the back carbon or the rear carbon, and this type of the second type of the conformations is obtained. Now for this conformation, again we are interested to calculate its energy. So this first conformation is a anti-conformation. This first is a, I write here. So this first conformation is a anti-conformation, or it may be called as the staggered conformation. It is the anti-conformation or the staggered conformation, and second conformation is called as the skew or gauge conformation. Skew or gauge conformation. So these two conformations we have to consider for this N-butane molecule, and for both these conformations we are interested to calculate its energy. Now first of all, as far as this anti or staggered conformation is considered, we have to look towards what type of interactions is present in this particular conformation of this N-butane molecule. So first interaction is present between this type of the methyl hydrogen gauge interaction. The first interaction is there, that is the methyl hydrogen gauge interactions. So if you look toward this methyl hydrogen gauge interactions, it has a contribution of energy equal to 0. So we can say that the first interaction, methyl hydrogen gauge interaction, methyl hydrogen gauge interaction is equal to 0. This methyl hydrogen gauge interaction is equal to 0. The second important interactions present in this conformation is hydrogen gauge interaction. First and the second hydrogen, they show the gauge interactions. So again we have to consider here H, H gauge interaction. Hydrogen gauge interactions is there. Again if you looked in this table, hydrogen gauge interactions is equal to again 0. So we have to take again its contribution is equal to 0, and that's why if we add both these interactions contribution, we can say that the total energy for this anti or staggered conformation is equal to 0. We can say that it is a energy is equal to 0 for this conformation. The total energy for this anti or staggered conformation is equal to 0 due to the relative contribution of methyl hydrogen gauge is equal to 0, as well as hydrogen hydrogen gauge interactions contribution is again equal to 0. Now, as far as the second conformation is considered, that is skew or gauge conformation. In this conformation, now we have to look towards what type of interactions can be present. So first of all, the first important interaction is methyl methyl gauge interaction. If methyl methyl gauge interactions is there, and if we look toward this methyl methyl gauge interactions, it is equal to 0.8 to 0.9. So first of all, we write here methyl methyl gauge interaction. Methyl methyl gauge interaction is present, and we take the value is equal to 0.9. We take here its magnitude contribution, that is a 0.9 is there. So these two methyl methyl gauge interactions give the contribution equal to 0.9, and the second important contribution in this case is equal to, that is the second important interaction is hydrogen hydrogen gauge interactions. The second is a hydrogen hydrogen gauge interaction, that is equal to contribution equal to 0. So if we add together both these contribution of methyl methyl gauge interaction and hydrogen hydrogen gauge interactions, that is equal to 0.9. So we can say that the energy for these conformations is equal to 0.9 kilocalorie. It is equal to 0.9 kilocalorie. So in this way, we can say that the anti or staggered conformation for N-butane molecule has the total energy equal to 0, while this skew or gauge conformation for this N-butane molecule has the resultant value of energy equal to 0.9 kilocalorie. So in this way, we can say, or we can give the evidence why the anti or staggered conformations for any molecule or for any organic compound is highly stable as compared to its skew or gauge conformation or its eclipse conformation, and it is due to its actual energy contained. Due to the more amount of energy, that conformation becomes highly unstable. So these are the four different conformations and their relative energies. On that basis, we make a comment upon their stability. So in the current lecture, we studied one important point from the chapter, that is called as calculations of relative potential energies of a conformations. It is a very important. For this purpose, we have to take into consideration these 6 type of the different interactions and their relative energies in a kilocalorie. If we use this particular tabular data, it is very easy for us to calculate the relative potential energy for any conformation of a given molecule, and once we know its relative potential energy, we may comment upon the relative stability of the different conformations of the molecule. So these are the two different compounds. One is ethane, second is called as N-butane, and they are two different type of the conformations. Now the remaining point from this chapter we will take in a next upcoming lecture. So with this, today I stop here. Thank you so much.